Actually, I don't understand why there are some people that are like all full in on this, and others are like, wait a minute, that's just not, no. And it's the Costco chili.
Yeah.
I don't get it because the Costco chili has beans in it. I guess they're bringing this back.
I guess because it's the fall, and so it's that comfort food. I mean, you don't typically have chili in the dead heat of summer.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But, however, I mean, why are some folks just not into beans being in the Costco chili?
Well, I think because some people who don't know how to make chili don't put beans in it.
Really?
And so, yeah.
I've always had beans in chili. My wife made some last night, and beans are in the chili.
Well, I thought about making some this week. I got all the ingredients for it. But, yeah, like if you don't put beans in it, basically, it's hot dog chili. Like, it's just ground beef. I mean, that, at least in my mind. So you got to put, have you ever had black bean chili instead of kidney beans? Because I think typically it's made with kidney beans.
Yeah, I guess.
But black beans, that's good. It gives it a little extra oomph. And you can throw some corn in there, too.
Quite an interesting evening afterwards.
You know.
Because of that, yeah.
But if everybody's on the same page and everybody's like,
when
excuse me,
Liz said hot dog chili, Scott was like all perking up about this.
I love chili, but I agree beans have to be in chili. But I like, the chili on the hot dog, too.
But it's two totally different things. So Costco's, selling the stuff that you put cornbread in, because you got to have cornbread and chili. If you don't have cornbread with your chili, it's just not, it can't be chili.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white bean chicken chili? That's good.
I've had it, I think. I've never made it.
Someone's going to have to make this because I want to try this now.
The white bean chicken chili, I want to say, has like cream cheese in it. I'm not really sure, but I
Oh,
think so.
well, okay. I'll make sure I run a marathon afterwards.
Listen, some of these
It's a
chili
little
recipes,
different.
it is a little different.
That
but,
sounds tasty. I'm intrigued.
and it's comfort food. To me,
Because
it's
you
like,
said chicken and white beans.
like navy beans or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not really chili. That's something different.
It is. I see it more of a chicken casserole in a bowl without a crust on it. That's kind of the
Not
way I
your
see
traditional chili, but it's kind of chili-ish,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
that. Because it's warm and comforting.
Call
and,
it something else. Make up a name for it. Don't call it chili because that doesn't sound like chili to me.
So white bean chicken bowl dinner.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
All this talk about beans and Costco chili or not is like become a thing. I don't know why. It's Rob and Liz in the morning. His radio. Now we're starting to hear from what people actually do with their chili.
Yeah, Allison texted and said, okay, here's what I do. I put black beans, kidney beans, and pinto beans all in the same chili.
Oof.
My belly started rumbling from that.
Right? I feel like I need a Tums or something now.
And said, you do need cornbread to go in that chili. Although if you don't have cornbread, she's got some other things that she can put in. She said she cooks chili in the summertime, too.
I
so
don't
why
see
not?
anything wrong with that. Allison, I think that's great.
It's just, I guess in my head, it's just that comfort, like the warm spices from the chili is more of a fall winter thing.
Ninja grew up in an amazing family. When was chili season for you?
Whenever Mama wanted to make a good crock pot meal.
Uh-huh.
That's true. It's a time saver. You just dump
That's
it all in and
true.
go.
So Amanda's here at 800-447-7234. It's something about Fritos in the chili.
Well, growing up, my mom always called it Frito pie, but it's chili with, you put Fritos and then you put the chili, or Fritos cheese, chili, and then sour cream and more cheese. It's really good.
That sounds so delicious to me right now.
Yes, it's really good. You got to try it.
So wait a minute. You put it in like a casserole dish or it's on a pot on the stove?
No, so you make your chili, and when you dress it up, it's in a bowl. So you start with your Fritos, and then you scoop some chili in there, or cheese, and then chili. And then you put some more cheese, and then put sour cream, and it's really good.
So here's what I'm curious on. If I was putting Fritos in my chili, I'd take the bag, I'd crunch them up in the bag, and then pour them in. How do you do it?
I just put them in. Just the regular Fritos, put them in, and then when I'm mixing everything, it kind of crunches itself.
Oh.
Girl, we're here till 9, by the way.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
I don't know if you're into Shrek, and if you're into unique types of Airbnbs to stay in, But there's one that is dreamed up off of the whole cartoon thing of where he lived in his little cottage in a tree.
Like in a swamp.
It's in a swamp, and it's a total replica or duplication of the whole thing that Shrek lived in.
That's kind of cool.
Really?
It's kind of cool, yeah. As long as it's a little tidier than Shrek's house was.
It's tiny. It's even hosted by a donkey.
Well, of course it has to be. Is he
Right?
making me waffles in the morning?
I have no idea if breakfast comes with it,
In
like
the morning.
waffles
I'm
in the
making
morning.
Waffles. I love that movie. I loved it. The first one. And I guess I like the other ones too. I don't remember them as well.
Okay, so Scott has an interesting fun fact about Shrek the movie.
Oh, I love these fun facts. So did you know Mike Myers was not the original voice cast for Shrek?
Who was it? Tom Selleck?
No, Chris Farley.
Oh, Chris Farley.
He would have done a good job with that.
And unfortunately, he passed away before they completed filming, and so they didn't have enough to really complete the film, so they had to pivot a little bit, and they got Mike Myers.
Well, Mike Myers makes sense. So his mom is either British or Scottish. I can't remember. And so, he could listen to his mom and get that accent.
He's got it down.
Yeah. Chris Farley, not so much here or here, more here.
Okay, that's a movie reference. If you know the movie, you know what you just did.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So there was a question, innocent enough that a lot of people are going, okay. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. So John Piper is a well-known evangelist, pastor. He's in Minnesota. I don't know if you follow the Passion movement at all, but he spoke at a lot of the Passion conferences with Louis Giglio and the college students for a number of years. And he put something up on X, formerly known as Twitter. And this is all he did. He just asked a question and gave a scripture. Innocent enough question. It was just a question. Didn't say anything. He didn't give, any of his thoughts.
He wasn't bashing it.
Just a question.
Yeah.
Only a question. And the question is this. Can we reassess whether Sunday coffee sipping in sanctuary fits? And then he gave a scripture, Hebrews chapter 12, verse 28. Let us offer to God acceptable worship with reverence and awe. That's all he did. And then people had discussion.
Well, yeah, because it does open the door to dialogue. I have no problem with that. But my thought process is I'm part of the coffee team at our church, so I'm passionate about it. I love coffee. But I also think it's a hospitality thing. It's just as soon as they walk in the door at our church, they have the welcome committee. Hey, how you doing? Your visitor, thanks, okay. And then they move on to us, which is the coffee team. And if they want hot coffee, we even offer hot tea. I'll make glitter drinks sometimes. So you know what?
She makes glitter drinks?
I do.
Wow.
Yes, for the kiddos.
The whole glitter drink
Yeah.
thing. Doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I drink coffee inside church. When I first was going to church, that was not a thing.
No.
I think our carpet was our church had carpet in it, the first church that I went to. Had carpet, so you don't want to spill coffee on carpet.
Right. And
That kind of thing.
spills are going to happen because some people absolutely have to have something to drink because, throat issues or whatever the case is, or they bring their coffee in. So that's kind of a given.
Yeah.
Spills are going to happen.
I don't know what Scott thinks.
I think it's okay as long as you don't try to make a cup in the middle of a sermon. We have a little coffee area in the back of the sanctuary and a Keurig.
Oh.
And not too long ago in the quiet part of the sermon, all of a sudden you hear this.
Maybe don't make the phone.
Somebody's making
Don't
a
have
cup
it
of
available
coffee.
inside the sanctuary. Have it on the other side.
Maybe
I
move it to
think
the foyer.
They do that at my
Make it
church.
before, yeah.
And I think they close it down after the worship starts. Maybe 10 or 15 minutes. I don't see anybody standing there anymore.
We have 2 services, and so it does stay open between the services. But you've also got people that are, in the nursery or in other, like the security team and things like
Listen,
that.
I will say, at least 3 to 4 times a year, I spill it with my foot.
3 to 4 times a year?
Yeah. I mean, we have the little cups, the free coffee that there's
Yeah.
available. We have little cups, and my foot will hit it, and then it spills. And then I'm embarrassed. Sometimes I think I ignored it 3 weeks ago. I'm like, I'm going to pretend I didn't do that.
Really? Yeah. Do y'all have carpeting?
No, it's not carpeting.
Okay, then it's okay.
It's okay, yeah.
Oh wow! Like I'm still like, I've never seen you spill a thing. I
No,
don't think.
but my foot hits it because there's no place to put it. There's not like cup holders. We don't have stadium seating.
There's a thought.
Like you're at the movie theater.
There's a thought right there, though. Cup holders?
Yeah, but then that's more money.
Oh, yeah.
We just got normal chairs,
Joey's
that
my
you
cup
put
holder.
together. Oh, he's your cup holder.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
It's Rob and Liz in the morning. This is his radio.
So there's a young woman that is out, on the dating circuit, and she's like, okay, I got to come up with some way to get out of a date so I don't have to go on a second date. And I don't like what she's doing. I just don't.
do you
Because
mean?
she's basically lying. Because she said, here's what you do. This is her hack for getting out of a second date, is you say something preposterous. Hers is, she says the moon is not real. She comes up with...
Oh, so she tries to be flaky so that the person doesn't want to like her. Is that what it is?
Right, but she's come up with this whole story about why the moon doesn't exist. She says that there's a projector in, I think it's Greenland, that is projecting the image of the moon into the atmosphere. And I'm like,
Okay.
wow, that's a powerful projector right there.
Well, and quite the story to make up, to make somebody feel like, she's not all there. I don't want to have a second date.
Right.
That's the whole reason why she's doing it, right?
Yes, it's sort of the Dear John letter, like on steroids or something, because it's like, it's not you, it's me. This is why we don't need to go on a second date. Here's my thing. Just say, you know what? Like, I really enjoyed our time. If you did.
I'm not feeling the chemistry. I mean, just be honest, right?
And I know it's hard. It's hard to have that conversation
Well,
with somebody.
Jake is the single guy. Can I ask you questions, Jake, about this? Is that okay?
Yes.
I like that. Whatever. How would you get out of a second date?
Ooh. I would feel like I would have some class about it instead of just ghosting the girl.
Right?
Well, good for you.
Yeah, instead of just not calling back.
Just honesty, right?
Right. I'd just be like, you know what? We can meet in person. We can go get coffee, but I don't see a foreseeable future.
Right, exactly.
There you
Just
go.
lay it straight out. And
Up front immediately, right? Right at the
Sure.
first date.
For sure.
And especially, like, if you play this card, like, the moon doesn't exist, then I'm going to think, oh, wow, he might call back, I remember being on the dating circuit and being
You
like...
mean afraid he's going to call back?
No, well, it depends on if I was into him, and I would be like, look, I can make you realize the moon does exist. If I thought there was enough there. But, you wait by the phone and you're
Convert
like...
him to be a believer of the moon?
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
I want to thank you for your generosity and your support. Late Friday night, Sharathon ended, over 100% of the goal. And because of you, you are reaching people just like Christy.
I was going through a divorce, separated for several years prior, and so I definitely was struggling during that time and really turned to his radio, and it just helped me get through. Thank you for all that you do for everyone in the community, in the listening area. You are changing lives, and it's making a huge impact in thousands of people's lives. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for being there and always playing the right song at the right time.
You can tell how grateful Christy is for you. She gave during Sharathon last week, and what she traveled through with the divorce that she was talking about, and how you have been there for her and helped supply the right song at the right time. With Sharathon ending at literally 101%, we find ourselves very grateful for you today.
Yeah, it was incredible. And of course, that is God making those songs happen and play at the right time. We aren't in control of that, but God is, and he was in control of last week's Sharathon as well. And you answering that call, and we just want to say thank you.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So Ninja, it was freezing some apples. What was it, last week you were freezing apples, Ninja? Ninja's our producer.
Yes, in preparation for Ninja's Kitchen, because I couldn't do it last week 'cause we were busy.
Kinda, yeah. A little busy.
Went and picked some apples. You get like 30 or something like that. You can't eat them all in a week. Wanted to save them.
Okay, so I'm curious on how you froze them.
So what I did is I cut them up and put them on a baking sheet and layered. So I did like a layer of cut apples, parchment paper, another layer, parchment paper, another layer, and just put them in the freezer.
Absolutely.
Just like
you have
that.
To.
So
You
not
have
in a
to.
Ziploc bag.
No, because they'll all clump together. Like, it's just like if you're baking and you put a bunch of fruit into a cake, you have to coat them with flour first so that they don't all stick together and
That
clump
makes
together.
sense.
So
But I
the
heard that
apples.
you should use lemon juice and like salted water.
I've never heard
with the apple
salted
slices.
water, but the lemon juice keeps them from turning that nasty
Wouldn't that
color.
make them taste like lemons?
It really doesn't. I mean, I haven't noticed it. It just sort of keeps them nice and fresh.
What about the Ninja? How about the lemon juice?
I didn't do that.
You didn't? Okay.
I just put them in there.
She
So
just put them
hopefully it
layered.
works.
So did you cover when you layered with the parchment paper?
Mm-hmm.
Did you then cover them with plastic or anything?
No.
Okay. Another big question is how you thaw them.
In the refrigerator, so it does it gradually.
On the cookie sheet?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Don't do it on a counter. It's kind of like a turkey at Thanksgiving. You can't put it on the counter because it just breeds all kinds of nastiness. So,
Really?
yeah.
I had no idea.
Oh, I'm not coming to your house for Thanksgiving.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Well, good morning. It's Rob and Liz. We're His Radio. So started talking about how you freeze your apples because it sounds like a cookie sheet that you put them on and put them in the freezer. It takes up a lot of space.
Oh, it does. Oh, my goodness. Anytime I have to put something on a cookie sheet to let it cool or whatever, oh, my goodness, then I have no room for anything else.
Right? Amy's here at 800-447-7234. What are your thoughts, Amy?
Once you freeze, well, any fruit, once you freeze it on the cookie sheet, you can take them off of it and put them in a Ziploc bag, and they won't stick together because they're already frozen.
Oh, that's good to know.
And it takes up less space because cookie sheets take up a lot of space in your freezer.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot of experience. What are you making with the fruit that you're freezing?
I don't do it a lot. I just know my mom has done it probably more than I have.
Sounds like lots of memories with your mom, especially with Thanksgiving and everything else coming up.
She used to always make applesauce out of her apples.
Applesauce is a comfort food for you because of those memories.
Only homemade, though. Homemade applesauce.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
I have a feeling people are going to get really super creative when they hear about this.
I certainly think so too, because it could be worth $1 million.
Really?
I know, right? From the Ring camera company, they want somebody to catch an alien. And not like physically catch an alien, but catch it on Ring camera.
Capture it on the Ring
Of
camera.
course.
And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of creative things done here.
Yes, because they said if you catch an actual live alien, you get the $1 million. If not, you could get a $500 Amazon gift card if you fake one. And it's the most realistic looking. I mean, you can have fun with it and come up with, crazy wild alien.
I have a
extraterrestrial.
feeling a lot of Photoshop's going to be done here.
Absolutely, or costumes or photo editing, that kind of thing, for sure.
I'll dress my dog up as one.
That's a thing, man.
Right?
You could put your dog inside, and there's so many cool, creative video editing tools that you can use. But I think the video has to originate from the Ring camera video that's taken outside your door.
Can't Photoshop anything in?
I think you could after the fact, but it still has to be the original. It probably has to be. I don't know if they stamp it with Ring camera or whatever.
Yeah,
but-
it's called watermark, and so you see the watermark of the brand, and it says Ring.
Okay, so
the
then,
logo's on all the stuff.
So you have to start with that original video and then doctor it up. But they, maybe a budding filmmaker, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I hope the simplest one wins.
Why?
Because, I mean, come on. Who's going to have enough of that know-how? There's a lot of people who can do creative stuff like that, but I want somebody who does the most simplest thing to win. Seriously.
I want the one with the most over-the-top, wildest looking thing. I would love to see that.
Yeah, but if now here's where I'm going with this. Somebody that has the know-how to do film and editing and all that stuff, and all of a sudden you're George Lucas and
unfair advantage.
Yeah.
I got you now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just want the simple guy,
The neighborhood
the person,
kid.
Or mom or dad.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see how it all plays out. So either $500 or $1 million, it's somewhere in the middle.
There you go.